January 2024, thousands of pages of court documents connected to one of the world's most infamous criminals were released to the public. The internet called them the Epstein Files. Names of celebrities, politicians, business leaders, and royalty suddenly filled headlines around the globe. But what exactly are these files? Who was Jeffrey Epstein? And why does this case continue to fascinate and disturb millions of people years after his death? This is the story of power, secrecy, and unanswered questions. Born in Brooklyn, New York in 1953, Jeffrey Epstein's rise to wealth remains one of the greatest mysteries surrounding him. Without a college degree, he somehow entered elite financial circles and built connections with some of the most powerful people on earth. He owned luxurious mansions in New York, Paris, New Mexico, and a private island in the Caribbean. He traveled by private jets, attended exclusive parties, and was photographed with presidents, billionaires, celebrities, and royalty. To the outside world, Epstein appeared to be a successful financier. But behind the luxury and influence, investigators say a far darker reality existed. In the early 2000s, police in Florida began receiving disturbing reports. Several teenage girls accused Epstein of paying them for massages that allegedly turned into sexual abuse. As investigators dug deeper, more victims came forward. The allegations suggested a system in which young girls were recruited and brought to Epstein's homes. In 2008, despite the serious accusations, Epstein reached a controversial plea agreement. He served just 13 months in jail and was allowed to leave for work during the day. Many prosecutors and victims later described the deal as extraordinarily lenient. Critics began asking a difficult question. How did such a powerful man receive such favorable treatment? For years, Epstein cultivated relationships with influential individuals. Photos showed him meeting politicians, business leaders, academics, and celebrities. One of the most discussed aspects of the case became his social network. However, investigators and journalists repeatedly emphasized one important point. Appearing in photographs, attending events, or knowing Epstein does not automatically imply criminal involvement. Many people mentioned in court documents have never been accused of wrongdoing. The distinction between association and criminal conduct became one of the most misunderstood aspects of the Epstein case. As public curiosity grew, the mystery surrounding his connections only deepened. In July 2019, everything changed. Federal authorities arrested Jeffrey Epstein at an airport in New Jersey. He was charged with sex, trafficking of minors, and conspiracy. The news dominated headlines worldwide. For many victims, it felt like justice had finally arrived. Investigators believed they had uncovered evidence that could expose the full extent of Epstein's activities and possibly reveal information about powerful people around him. But before a trial could begin, an unexpected event would change everything. On August 10, 2019, Jeffrey Epstein was found dead inside his jail cell in New York. The official ruling by the medical examiner was suicide by hanging. However, numerous irregularities surrounding the event sparked global speculation. Security cameras malfunctioned. Some guards reportedly failed to perform required checks. Questions quickly emerged. Conspiracy theories spread across social media and news networks. To this day, Epstein's death remains one of the most debated events in modern criminal history. For many people, his death meant that countless questions might never be answered. The term Epstein Files refers to thousands of pages of court documents, depositions, witness testimony, and legal records connected to Jeffrey Epstein and his associate, Ghislaine Maxwell. These documents contain names of numerous individuals. However, this point is critical. Being mentioned in the files does not mean a person committed a crime. People may appear in the documents because they were witnesses, employees, acquaintances, investigators, or simply individuals discussed during testimony. When the documents became public, social media exploded with speculation. Many users incorrectly assumed that every name represented guilt. Legal experts quickly warned against making such assumptions. The files provide information and context, but they are not a list of criminal convictions. After Epstein's death, attention shifted toward his longtime associate, Ghislaine Maxwell. Prosecutors accused Maxwell of helping recruit and groom underage girls for Epstein. In 2021, she was convicted on federal sex trafficking charges. Her conviction represented one of the few major legal outcomes connected to the Epstein scandal, yet many questions remained. Were there additional people involved? Would further investigations reveal new information? The public's demand for answers only intensified. The Epstein scandal is not simply a story about one man. It became a symbol of larger questions. Can wealth and influence protect people from justice? How do powerful individuals gain access to elite circles? Why were victims ignored for so many years? And how can institutions fail to stop abuse despite warning signs? For many survivors and advocates, the case highlights the importance of listening to victims and holding powerful individuals accountable, regardless of status or influence. The scandal also exposed society's fascination with secrecy and conspiracy. Because so many questions remain unanswered, the story continues to generate headlines and endless debate. Years after Jeffrey Epstein's death, the world is still searching for answers. The release of the Epstein Files reignited interest in one of the most shocking scandals of the modern era. Some questions have been answered, many have not. What is certain is that the case changed public conversations about power, accountability, and justice. And perhaps the biggest lesson of all is this: sometimes the most important stories are not about the famous names that appear in documents, but about the victims whose voices were finally heard.